source, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just...
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here we go. Money base. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day. All day.
Check. Fresno.
Anyway. Deuce. Hayward. Mike 51.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisioned something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
He had no sign of him cooling down at all.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. There he goes left side, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch the play.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Ready.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got his man here. It's Green. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Man open, it's Goodwin. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
First down, Lions.
Fight, lady! I don't think you got it,
Right back to him on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 24. Hey, 0-0-0. One left.
Here's Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
I'm going back to you. Reload. 56, Mike, 56.
Still going, 4 down. 56.
From the shotgun, Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This is Freeman. And hang on here. Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Come on. 24. Check 43. Yep. Motion.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready. 60 out long. Right there. 66. Pull it. Get him.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
65.
On third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down.
What? 280. 57. Not today. 250. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go, G. Here I come. Here I come. Alert. Watch.
That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
You're not ready. 57's Mike. Mike 57. They're not ready for this. Gun. Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding Green complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Right there. 56.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is Breida. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw. Miller. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
57's a Mike. Watch the curl. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey, alert. Hey, 0.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now Brown. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson, they'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Williams. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Jackson to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
14, got it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson now. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dexter Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, listen. 25. Still got 4 down.
They run again with Breida. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throw left side caught by Goodwin. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Tighten up. Go. Ball trot.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Here's Austin. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. But Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Wilson. The catch made by Miller. Touchdown, Detroit. Braxton Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jackson escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
56 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. This will be caught by Brown. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jackson to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
56.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another incomplete. First down.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on it. Motion, man. 50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic.
One last shot for Jackson. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Lions, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off, a hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day, take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Ripper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, your pop, and your projects. Pain driven, itchy, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat